Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2022 AWA Wiffle Draft. From beautiful Edmonds, Washington. Before the draft, eligible players participated in the 2022 Combine. And here's the 2022 draft order, a reverse of the 2021 regular season standings. Now let's send it down to the commissioner, Jack Blayhouse. Welcome, players, scouts, fans, family members, to the 2022 AWA Wiffle Ball Draft. With that, the Southern Stingers are officially on the clock. We have a trade. The Southern Stingers have officially traded the number 1 overall pick to the Pacific Pilots in exchange for this year's 2nd overall pick and next year's 1st round pick. The Pacific Pilots are now officially on the clock. Wow, a shocker this early in the draft as Peter McNeil hands the number 1 overall pick over to Mark Campanero in the Pacific Pilots. Peter McNeil looks like he's happy picking from the 2nd overall spot.
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars? I could really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now.
Due to a trade, the Pacific Pilots have acquired the 1st overall pick in the 2022 AWA draft. And with the 1st overall pick in the 2022 draft, the Pacific Pilots select DJ Oliver, pitcher out of Edmonds College.
And just like that, the Pilots move up and take the presumptive number 1 overall pick in DJ Oliver. DJ joined the Enforcers last year, and because of that, the Enforcers were unable to attain his rights. And due to the competitive balance clause, DJ was unable to pitch in the 2021 season due to his immense abilities. But we saw it on the field there, finishing 3rd in the Gold Glove Awards with just 12 games played. Not a power guy hitting-wise, but he'll get on base, gets the job done, hit .450 with 3 home runs during the regular season in 12 games. In addition, hits like this, which got him on Bleacher Report, House of Highlights. The man makes contact, he gets on base, but really what the Pilots needed was pitching, and DJ is one of the most elite prospects when it comes to it. Pilots were the worst team pitching offensively, giving up a team ERA of 7.88 during the regular season. Pairing him at the top of their pitching rotation with Silver Slugger Mark Campanero, the Pilots are immediately a championship contender with pitching and offense. Putting DJ Oliver, brother of Jake Oliver of the Enforcers, at the top of the rotation for the Pilots, moving Brad McGinnis to the number 2 spot, will make a prime 1-2 punch for the Pacific Pilots, and they'll be one of the best teams coming out of the National League heading into 2022.
Incredible stuff here in Game 5 of the NLCS. 10-10 the score.
He deals the cards as a meditation, and those he plays never suspect.
With the 2nd overall pick in the 2022 AWA Draft, the Stingers select Drew Tenzar, University of Washington.
And just like that, the Stingers take Drew Tenzar, number 2 overall, the best lefty bat in the class. You gotta wonder what Peter was thinking, not taking DJ Oliver, but it seems like Peter was comfortable with who he has and himself as the number 1 guy pitching. Jordan Rice really came into his own last year as the 2021 rookie pitching. But where the Stingers struggled all year was hitting. They were the worst in the AWA when it comes to offensive runs scored, and having a lefty bat in the middle of that lineup with the short porch down right center will be a huge add for the Southern Stingers. The question will now be, does Peter McNeil, captain of the Stingers, make a full recovery from his gruesome leg injury last July? Drew Tenzar, not really the best pitching prospect in the class, but if Peter is a full go, then the Stingers are in good hands for the 2022 season.
Won't you follow me into the jungle? Ain't no God on
behalf of Jake Oliver, with the 3rd overall pick in the 2022 AWA Draft, the Eastern Enforcers select Josh Gradwell, the pitcher from Edmonds Woodway High School. The Western Wolfpack are now on the clock. Jake Oliver was trying to get DJ Oliver, his brother, all year, but no one was letting him trade up from that spot. Instead, they get the second best pitching prospect in Josh Gradwell. The Enforcers had the best power lineup in all of the AWA last year, and if Jake Oliver remains healthy, Josh Gradwell fits into that number 2 spot. The NL is looking like a powerhouse.
With the 4th pick in the AWA Draft, the Western Wolfpack select Aaron Schofield, shortstop, Washington State University.
And just like that, Aaron Schofield falls back on the team he debuted with in the Western Wolfpack. Aaron has a huge potential pitching-wise, great contact hitter, but where he really helps out is defensive. He was 5th in the 2021 Gold Glove Award voting, and now is just with 10 games played. Wolfpack are losing their first baseman, Tyler Claude, but the real question is, can they fill that number 2 spot pitching-wise? According to team captain Alex Harden, who's the number 1 pitcher for the Wolfpack, Aaron Schofield possesses the potential to be a solid number 2 starter. He just needs to work at it, and that's what the Wolfpack need in order to advance. They got the power, they have the best hitter in the league in Thomas Playhouse, and if they're able to lock in Aaron Schofield in that number 2 spot for pitching, the Wolfpack are looking to make a late run into the postseason.
With the 5th overall pick, Central Cyclones choose Gabe DeMiro, first baseman from Harvard.
Smart pick from the Cyclones to go and get the smartest prospect we've ever had in the history of the AWA coming out of Harvard. This guy came in last year, played 1 series, and had the best rookie debut ever heard of. 3 home runs, 10 RBIs in his debut. Brother of Dominic DeMiro. He was only going to sign if he joined the Cyclones, and that's what they did right now.
So I crossed my heart and I hope to die, that I'll only stay with you one more night.
With the number 6 pick in the 2022 AWA Draft, the Northern Nighthawks select Chance Justice, shortstop from Edmonds Woodway High School.
Rounding out the last pick in the draft, the Nighthawks get Chance Justice. They drafted him last year. He was unable to play. They go right back to him, and they think they got a good prospect here. Chance Justice, great high school baseball player and projected great infielder for the Wiffle Ball League. Doesn't have much upside as a pitcher. While the Nighthawks did add a stud hitter to their lineup, they didn't really address their issue having a second stud pitcher. Hopefully they can add another guy right behind Jack Blauhaus to add to the Nighthawks' recent success. And with that, the 2022 AWA Wiffle Ball Draft is officially completed. We look forward to an exciting rookie class and exciting 2022 season. And with that, all we have left to say is, dingers are nothing. Good night, everyone.